Hey yo, what's up everybody? How y'all doing? It's Jerry, and I am back with a brand new episode of Ballin' with Jerry. Yes, I am back with a brand new episode of Ballin' with Jerry. I know it has been a big hiatus between this episode and the previous episode. I've been very busy, but I am back with a brand new episode of Ballin' with Jerry. Now, if y'all are new or not, or if y'all been watching this show for at least the past 3 years, you've seen the episode where I tell you what it was like driving the original Jerrymobile, RIP, the original Jerrymobile, in the past year of ownership. In that episode, I'll link it right here or here, and it definitely in the link in the description down here below to see what that episode was about. I introduced y'all to the original Jerrymobile, and a year after that, I told y'all about what it was like owning it for the first year or two. Now, I like to give y'all a chance to guess what I'm going to talk about in this episode of Ballin' with Jerry right now. Alright, so in case y'all couldn't guess what I'm going to talk about in this episode, I'll show you and tell you exactly what I'm going to talk about in this episode. Watch. Alright, now, so what was this car like owning it for 1 year? And the question I'm trying to answer is, was it better? Was it better, and is it better than the Jerrymobile 1.0, my previous car that I had? Alright, now, the first year of ownership, it was cool. It was a good ride, it was a cool ride, it was thrilling. But later down the line, I felt I came across some issues. And those issues I came across were, because I purchased a car in 2024, late 2024 in December, my car broke down. And it broke down in the middle of an avenue, a three-way avenue. So it was a pretty busy avenue. I was put in a very scary situation. But luckily, a few strangers assisted me in moving the car to a safe place while I was waiting for a tow truck to come. I called the dealer about the issue. They said that they'll see what's wrong with it. And then a few months later, they fixed the problem. The problem was that I needed fuel pumps, new fuel pumps. The ECU needed to be fixed. And a few components of the motor needed to be fixed as well. And that costed me $4,450. Yes, $4,450. So when they fixed the car, it was all fixed, all goody. So I kept on driving the car. And they fixed it in around the middle of last year, 2025. And then, not that not that much later, this car broke down again. The car broke down again, and I was in the parking lot, in a multi-floor parking lot. I was on the second floor of the parking lot, and I noticed that there was fuel leakage. So there was fuel leakage coming from the car, and I could smell it. So I waited for the roadside assistant to come and have a look at it, and he brought that to my attention, was that it is a fuel-related issue. After that, we took it to a mechanic for a temporary solution. And then, once the mechanic fixed it with a temporary solution, I just needed to take it to Kia for them to have a look at it and offer a solid solution for them to actually fix the car. So I did that. Then a few weeks later, I contacted Kia, took this car to Kia for them to have a look at it, and they said that I needed to wait for a few weeks for them to order the parts to fix the car. A few weeks later, I waited. This is back in July, the middle of last year, 2025. And the problem was that the fuel line was broken. So the fuel line was broken, they fixed it, and that costed $959, or should I say $960 to round it up. So after that, car's fixed, all goody. Yeah. So the car was fixed, all goody. So I drove the car, but then, not that much later, the car had broke down again. And there was a fuel-related issue. I called the dealer and told them to have a look at this issue. They said, no problem, we'll have a look at it. Just send it to us, so I did. And they managed to get a mechanic, to come have a look at the car and fix it. But luckily, the repair wasn't that expensive. The mechanic didn't charge me any money for the repair itself. The mechanic just charged me money for the transportation for him to get from where he was to where the car was. And that was about $100. And what that problem was a split fuel hose. So it wasn't that big a deal. So I paid for it, and it's fixed. And then it was fixed, all goody. Drove the car again. Then a few months later, took it for service. It was around late 2025. Took it for service, and they said, the Kia dealership said that the car needed a few things, and it costed some money. Then I paid for it, serviced the car, then I'm driving the car all goody again. But then, a few months later, going towards December of 2025, the car broke down again. The car broke down again. And it was getting very frustrating and very annoying. And the car broke down again. I did the exact same thing as before, took it to the mechanic to see if they could offer a temporary solution. Then a few days later, got a call from that mechanic saying that it was all right, started up, and it started up just fine. So that was kind of interesting. So then the mechanic didn't charge me any money for that. I drove the car all goody again. But then, a few days later again, the car broke down again. And this time, the next day, I had to get a tow truck to tow the car to a mechanic to actually fix the car. So I did that. And this was around New Year's Eve that this happened, of 2025. So it was a pain in the ass. And I was not enjoying it one bit. I was definitely not enjoying it one bit. And I took it to the mechanic. The mechanic was closed, so I had to wait for a few days until around early January of 2026, this year. And then I took it to them for them to have a look at it. And then a week or two later, they gave me a call and said that the car needed a new fuel pump assembly and a connector to that fuel pump assembly. And what bothered me was that when I took the car for service, they didn't tell me that it needed a new fuel pump assembly at all. So that's sketchy. And they fixed it. And it costed me $2,165 to fix it. So yeah, $2,165 for them to fix that problem. And remember, this is in just 1 year of ownership of this car. 1 year ownership. And already, the car is less reliable than the previous Jerrymobile. It is not as reliable. Yeah, so yeah, $2,165. So that's almost the price of the Jerrymobile 1.0. So that was expensive to fix. But then after that, after I paid that money for that car to be fixed, this car, nothing serious happened after that. The only thing that happened was a punctured tire. And that was like $55. So not that big a deal. And it's actually not really 1 year ownership. It's more like 2 years, closer to 2 years of ownership. So next month will mark 2 years. 2 years of me owning the car that I'm driving right now. And I gotta tell you, this car, 1 year ownership has been a nightmare for me. It has brought me a lot of trouble. And even worse than that, got me involved into an insurance incident where the fuel leak of the car damaged the car right below mine. And my insurance company couldn't cover me for that. So that means I had to pay out of pocket. And that was $4,000. Another $4,000 I had to pay out of pocket for that incident. So I paid that. That's out the way. That's behind me now. So this car has definitely been a total nightmare. It has definitely been a total nightmare for me to own, and it has been very unreliable. So now I'm going to bring it back to my question I'm trying to answer. Was this car better than the Jerrymobile? Or is it better than the Jerrymobile 1.0? And you can tell me what y'all think in the comments down below as well. For me personally, I don't think so. Not at all. No. The answer to that question is no. It has been very unreliable. I had to take to the mechanic several times in just 1 year ownership. That did not happen with the Jerrymobile 1.0. And because it was a Kia, I was expecting more. I was expecting it to be more reliable, but no, was not more reliable. It was actually more unreliable. And the fact that a German car is more reliable than this car. It's funny. It's very funny to me. I find that baffles me. I could have drove a German car and it would have been more reliable than this one. But when it comes to looks, to this car's credit, the car looks flashy, looks sexy, looks like a sports car, and it looks like a Decepticon. This gives a Decepticon vibe, this car. Especially from the outside, and the color scheme just adds to that vibe, especially in the nighttime. The previous Jerrymobile was old school styling, vintage, classic, very pimp mobile vibes, and I love that car. If it wasn't for that car accident, I would still have that car right now, and I would have completely restored it by now. And that could have been my personal project, but that went down the toilet. But this car, but the Jerrymobile 1.0 gives more Autobot vibes, because it looks more friendly and understated. But this car is flashier than the Jerrymobile. And this car does drive faster than the Jerrymobile 1.0. And this car has 4 cylinders. The Jerrymobile 1.0 had 6 cylinders. So that's it. That's basically it. My answer to that question is no. It is not more reliable than the previous car I had, the Jerrymobile 1.0. I really can't wait to get rid of this one soon. And the car I'm gonna have next, I may get a new car after this one. My fingers crossed for that, and stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm definitely not happy with the money that I spent in repairs for this car. The reliability makes a German car look good. And the fact that the previous car was the luxury car, this one's not much of a luxury car, it's more of an economy, sporty kind of car, but with leather seats. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on what I wanted to talk about in this episode. So if y'all enjoyed the little rant that I had about this car, first 1 year ownership, then you're welcome. And if you like the show, subscribe to the show. And if you like this episode, hit the like button to this episode. And that's pretty much it for me. Have a nice day, have a nice night, whatever time of day it's at when you're watching this episode. And stay tuned for more heat coming to the show. I got a lot of heat coming to the show. Got a bunch of new ideas coming to the show. It's gonna be cool, it's gonna be nice. So stay tuned for that. Oh, hold up. Oh, and I forgot to tally up the numbers. But in the first year of ownership of this car, I had to pay, I actually had to spend close to $8,000 in repairs. Like $8,000 in repairs. That's next to $8,000, between $7,000 and $8,000, and that is enough to buy the previous Jerrymobile 3 times. More than enough to purchase my previous Jerrymobile 3 times, and I paid $2,500 for the previous Jerrymobile that I had. Oh, another thing, right before I get out of here, I really do not like how this car has treated me in the past 1 year ownership. I'll tell you that. So I definitely can't wait to get rid of this car soon and get a replacement. So am I gonna get another car right after this? After this car right here? Y'all have to wait and see and stay tuned for that, because I can tell you right now that this car has not treated me very well. It has not treated me very well. It has not served me very well at all. So anyway, that is it. That's all I had to say right before I close off this episode. I know I closed it off before, but I thought I would just do one more thing right before I end this episode. Yo, but that's it. I gotta go, and stay tuned for more heat.